would like to start by telling a small fact about what exactly Purana is. So, any scripture from the ancient philosophies or wisdom is divided into three. One is rhythmic. Okay, those are all Vedas. You need that swara, suswara, and there is a particular rhythm that we follow. Bhadran karni, so like ganana tva. So there is a particular rhythm that we follow. And the second is aphoristic. That is one letter speaking a lot. Like Shri. On Shri, you can give a discourse for 2 days. Okay? And dialectical. That is stories. That is Puranas. So the whole scripture, ancient scripture, if you divide into three, then it is rhythmic, it is aphoristic, and it is dialect. So today, we are going to talk about Puranas because the complete journey is going to be only Puranas. So we're going to study the allegory and epistemology part of it and understand how we can resolve our own issues and how we can fight our own battles, which has been already done. Every answer is already been embedded. It has been cryptographed in our Vedanta. Just that we need to have that open-mindedness to just open that third eye and look into it. We get all the solutions. Sargyo syatha visargascha vritti rakshantarani cha vamsho vamshanucharitam samstha heturaparaashraya dashabhirakshanau yuktam Puranam tatra vido viduhu kechin panchavidam brahman mahadalpa vyavasthaya. So this is a shloka on Purana. What exactly Purana is? Purana is Sarga. Purana is Visarga. Purana is Raksha. Purana is Vamsha. Purana is Vamshanucharita. So what does these things mean? So let's understand. Sarga is, Purana speaks about history of creation of the cosmos, how this cosmos got created. This is a fantastic thing for us to, whenever you are feeling low on energy, just one motivation that how cosmos was created will make you look very small, and you grow taller than the problem. So that is the effect of Purana. And Visarga, history of how life began. How a small atom started its story and how we started functioning as human beings. It's a wonderful way of understanding through stories. And Vritti, it's a history of evolution of life. How life evolved. Dashavatara is a beautiful way of understanding how life evolved. How mental life evolved, how spiritual life evolved. It's not only physical life. How the cognition evolved, how the intelligence evolved, all that. And Raksha, sustenance of energy. How did we protect ourselves? Okay, how we should protect ourselves without disturbing mind and body. Okay, there are n number of stories in Puranas. And Vamsha, lineages. So when we talk about lineages, we talk about, Krishna Vamsha, Rama Vamsha, Surya Vamsha and Chandra Vamsha. From Hari, Brahma was born. Okay. From Brahma, Marichi was born. From Marichi, Kashyapa was born. From Kashyapa, Surya was born. From Surya, Manu was born. Manu, Ikshvaku, Kukshi, Vikukshi, Anaranya, Bana. That was the first segment of evolution that happened. And the story continues. So when the Surya Vamsha and Chandra Vamsha, Krishna comes from Chandra Vamsha and Surya Vamsha is Ram. Both of their attitudes are different. So how a solar energy works, how a lunar energy works. Though both are compassionate people, both wanted to establish Dharma, their leadership and the quality of leadership and the direction of leadership are all different. So what do we get to know from reading Vamshanucharita? We will know the lineage. Do you want to become a Surya Vamshi? Do you want to become a Chandra Vamshi? Right? So do you want to establish Stita Pragnata? Do you want to establish Purushottamatness? What do you want? So this gives us mental clarity, and the allegory is we are given a choice in life. And every situation we can decode it. Does this need solar energy to resolve? Does this need lunar energy to resolve? Should I stay calm or should I be courageous? What is that this needs? Okay. And Vamshanucharita, history of dynasties. This gives us a lot of lessons. How people came, how people went, how the destructive mind, and how one small decision completely took away the peace and harmony among people. This is a great lessons that we will learn from Puranas. And Samstha, history of, the Pralaya, catastrophes. There are three kind. One is natural, one is human, the other one is cultural. Okay, so this cosmos has witnessed all these three pralayas together. Okay, example natural, it reshapes the environment. It might be tsunami, it might be earthquake. 74,000 years ago, okay, there is the Toba super volcano, if you have heard about it. Yeah, it almost, it was called as volcanic winter. It completely trashed the life. And you would have heard about the extinction of dinosaurs, the ice age. Okay, it reshapes the environment accordingly. And human made are all wars, industrialization, economic influences. Okay, and cultural impact can also be one of the pralaya that can happen. Where it reshapes the belief system. It can be renaissance through art. Maybe politics, change of a leader. Now we are seeing a lot of change in the leadership, and it is affecting the world's economy. It is affecting the world's social, it is bringing new social challenges in us. Yeah. And these Puranas help us to understand this part, how Pralaya happens. Okay. And Hetu. Hetu is the history of prime causation, the cause and effect, the growing, the spiritual growth. Yes, you have done a mistake. I have done a mistake. Nobody is imperfect. Next one. This is answered by Puranas with great stories, And we are all bound to, certain things are Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, and Adi Atmika. Certain ways, like when you decode a problem, either I will be responsible for the problem, or others will be responsible, or the nature will be responsible for it. Lot of times, the natural way of thinking is a lot of time goes in resolving Adi Daivika. Pandemic is a beautiful example. After pandemic, we have been affected mentally, physically so much we are not able to come out of it. It's a big trauma. Adi Daivika. And Adi Bhautika, material attachment, moha towards place, person. And Purana gives a solution. Okay, are you entangled, encapsulated in Adi Daivika? Do this. Adi Bhautika? Do this. Adhyatmika? Do this. Okay, there is nothing that is not been discussed in Purana and Itihas. And Hetu is the, as I told you, prime causation. And finally, Apashrayaya, supreme being, how to be a contributor. Chalo, this body might be 4,000 the Janma, but the Chaitanya is saying, Chaitanya has experienced a lot. There might be sometimes that you feel, oh, this work is so easy. Why do you feel? Because you would have already done this before. Okay, this Chaitanya would have experienced it before. So the experience of that Chaitanya and understanding the beginning and the end of our own stories is very important. So that is provided by Purana. Basically, in this whole story, we will be discussing Brahma Purana, okay, and Vishnu Purana, Padma Purana, Shiva Purana, and all 18 Puranas we are going to discuss. But we will begin with Shiva Purana. Because I would like to tell what Brahma Purana has. Brahma Purana is the sequence of Manvantaras, the change, the change of seasons. It's just, our parents were not like us and we are not like our kids and our kids will never be like us. So each Manvantara or each transformation or a shift of energy will bring a lot of transformation. The way we think, the way we perceive the priorities and the preferences, everything changes. So this Purana will help us to understand, okay, we have to accept that we are in the continuous motion. Universe goes through three kinds of motion. One is it completely moves. And what is the movement? Cyclic movement. You come back to the same again. And now I see everybody is dressing up like Asha Parekh. Right? Everything, even the fashion comes back. Right? So we are in the continuous motion and we are in the cyclic motion. And we expand and we contract. Before delivering a baby, we contract. And then we deliver. So we go through pain before experiencing pleasure in life. Right? That is a natural movement of the universe. So we understand through Brahma Purana how can I inculcate this in the journey of life? Because we Puranas are all stories. Through stories, I can see myself in one of the character. Oh, even I am thinking like this. I need a cane now. So Purana is definitely a cane, which is going to hold you, but it will not trouble you, but make you realize, put you to introspection. Okay? And Brahma Purana speaks about Surya Vamsham, as I told you. Basically, Surya Vamsham help us to pick up the courage, all these stories. Whether it is Rama, Raghu, or Sagara, or Bhagirath, everybody has struggled. Everybody is a contributor there. Okay? And Brahma Purana speaks about the destruction caused by Daksha. Still we live the Daksha's life. So we don't get into epistemology part of it. We develop a kind of very, very, amazing belief system. If somebody is telling me, if I believe that person, I believe everything the person is telling. That is Daksha way of living. If I am in love with Monica, whatever Monica say, I follow. If I believe somebody, Zia, whatever she says, I'm just going to adapt that in my life. So the Daksha ways of living. So if you don't have that Brahma Gnana, this is what is going to happen. So Brahma Purana and all the stories in Brahma Purana help us to revamp our life. This is not the way to live. So I see people, they say they are spiritual, but I see a lot of religion aspect in them. They are very completely religious. Offering this flower is important. On Friday, you have to do this. No, for me, that is not spirituality. Your belief system, if you are controlling your belief system or desires, is not spirituality. And Brahma Purana gives us a neat and clear notion that what exactly spiritual practices are through various stories. Okay, and it does speaks about Parvati and Shiva Kalyanam. Okay, in a very different platform. It is not just a love story. So giving each other and building relationship is so much important. For that, you need to have Brahmagnan. That is, you need to have a relationship with self. That's what Brahma Purana speaks about. And we are going to discuss on Padma Purana. Want to be wealthy? Read Padma Purana. Why do I say? Because there is Lakshmi. No, there is Lakshya. So root word of Lakshmi is Lakshya. How to develop focus. What all, especially, it's a female-oriented story. Heroine is seen more in this Padma Purana. Lakshmi is seen more. You want to develop, you want to empower your feminine quality. This is the Purana. And it speaks about the lineage of Devas and Asuras for us to know the evil and goodwill in us. That's all about Devas and Asuras. And we are the combination of both Asuras and Devas. So how do we differentiate? How do we develop that focus? How do we be very stable in having that purpose in life? It talks about rivers, it talks about oceans, it talks about nature, Prakriti, and it talks about body, anatomy, and it too talks about journey of Atma. That is Padma Purana. And Vishnu Purana. Vishnu Purana speaks about sustenance. Okay, you have been born with this quality, how to sustain it. Lot of times we tend to kind of spend our 80% of life in knocking the door which we know is not going to open, forgetting the doors that are already open. So Vishnu Purana help us to do those things that are important in our life. It gives routine and regiments to us. It says that perfect, not being perfect, is the perfection of life. That's the beauty. Neither us nor the creator or the universe is perfect. Being imperfect or being perfect among imperfectness is what is Vishnu Purana. It speaks about the structure and composition of Vedas, how to understand Vedas in a very simple way. It speaks about the measurements. It speaks about the construction of the universe. It speaks about Sri Yantra. It speaks about a lot of other yantras, the geometric or the sacred geometry, and also it speaks about bhakti, like Prahalada. It's through avatars, it speaks about the evolution. And Shiva Purana. I don't know what is that Shiva Purana doesn't speak. Okay, if I have to write, I have to write around 40 to 50, parameters to explain Shiva Purana. This is the reason I'm taking Shiva Purana is the Purana that has to be checked in the beginning so that all other Puranas have that linking, have that small links for us to understand. So if we don't know Sati Kanda, we can't understand the Parvati Kalyana in Brahma Purana. So it will tell, go back to Shiva Purana, read that and come back. So Shiva Purana is Adi, taught by Adi Guru. He himself has written 7 lakh verses. That is being slowly by Vyasa, it is being compiled and it became around 8,000 verses. And then it was compiled and many samhitas were formed. Now we have the different books have different numbers now. So it is around 4,000 verses and it has around 300 to 400 stories. It has 12 samhitas. So we will start with Shiva Purana. And it speaks about Kala Bhairava, it speaks about aggression, it speaks about wrong decision making, it speaks about when it comes to blunders, there is no escape, whether it is you are a Daiva or whether you are a Asura or a Manushya, you have no escape. And it speaks about karma, it speaks about, all the 5 seeds, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya Kosha. It speaks about Arishat Varga, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. It speaks about the 4 charanas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. No, there is nothing that Shiva Purana doesn't teach us. So, there's a beautiful story that I'm going to narrate now. So, after this story, Dipti, then we can open this forum for questions. So, as I told you, there is if we look at the Surya Vamshi, there are Vamsha changes also happened. Okay, how did that happen? Were our people so open-minded? Yes, they were. Okay, they were given a choice to follow, and they were given a choice to respect. Each men were given that momentum or the platform to work and experience their desires, experience their passion. So, as I told you, from Hari, Brahma was born. From Brahma, Marichi was born. Kashyapa, Surya, then Manu, then Ikshvaku, Kukshi, Vikukshi. Okay, Anaranya and Bana was born. After the first segment, it was the second segment, and it was Prutu and Trishanku. You have already known about Trishanku, and of course, this Trishanku story is going to come in Saptarushi. When we discuss about Saptarushi, I will be narrating the Trishanku story. And Dundumara Mandata. So these were the twins born. And then it will proceed to Susandhi, Dhruvasandhi. And after Susandhi and Dhruvasandhi, Sagara was born. That ends the second segment. And the third segment is Asamanjasa, Anshumana, Dilipa, Bhagirath. Okay. After Bhagirath was Kukutsu and Raghu was born. If I have to narrate the story of Raghu, Ravana was there also. Ravana had his eye on Raghu's wife. Okay, he will go to Raghu's wife and misbehave with her. Okay, is about to kill this person. Then Brahma will come. No, no, no. Already the promisals has happened. He has to be killed by Vishnu only, the avatar of Vishnu. And he'll tell, no, I can't keep the arrow back to my thing. So it has to go. Brahma will say, please give it to me. I'm going to keep it safe. And when the time comes, that is the arrow that Ram used to kill Ravana. That was Raghu. That is why he's called as Raghurama. Right? So in the next, Shankanu was born and Sudarshana was born and Agnivarma, Shigravegha. Like that, it continues with Mrutu, Prisheshika and Ambarisha, Bhakta Ambarisha. And after Bhakta Ambarisha, it is Nahusha who was born. This is where we need to, the story starts. And Nahusha is the son-in-law of Shiva and Parvati. He will marry Ashoka Sundari. Okay? Nahusha's son is Yayati. Okay? And Yayati marries the daughter of Shukra. We have a planet Shukra. Daughter of Shukra, Devyani, he marries. Why I am telling? There is a deep meaning. That is why I am narrating this story today. But he likes Shramishta. Shramishta is a beautiful girl. He like, and Shukracharya will come to know about this. Okay, he is cheating my daughter. So he will give shrap. Oh, you look so handsome. That is the reason you are doing. Okay, you become old. Yayati will turn to some 90-year-old. He will lose his youth. Okay, this is the same Yayati who will change his Vamsha to Chandra Vamsha. Okay, and this Nahusha will have other children also along with Yayati, and a son is born to that, and that is Nabha. Nabha, and then Aja, then Dasharatha and Rama. Okay, but here in Yayati, he will, from Shramishta and from Devyani, he will have 5 children. Okay, they are Yadu, Turvasu, Puru, Dhruvu and Anu. And he'll ask his 5 sons, is there anybody who is going to take my old age? I don't want to be like this. I want to have fun in my life. Puru is somebody who will accept. Okay? And in future, this is what Yadu becomes Yaduvamsha, Puru becomes Kuruvamsha. Okay, in Mahabharata we see them. This is Chandravamsha and this is Suryavamsha. And after lots of this, there is, he'll go back to Shukracharya. He'll go back to Shukracharya and ask for his mercy. I don't want even my son to go through this. This is even more terrible. I was going through this old age was terrible, but seeing my son going through is even more terrible. He will tell, go back and read Shiva Purana, you get your answers. And after reading Shiva Purana, he will feel the moha on the body, the moha on the mind, the moha on the people, the moha on the pleasure will made him so much blind that he didn't even think twice to transfer his old age to his own son. Right? That the realization happened. That's the effect of Purana on everybody's life. So if it has happened to Yayati, Yayati is a small story that I wanted to plant today because you should know the effect of the Shiva Purana. So this will be taken care. I'm going to bring in a lot of adjectives, narratives, because when you read Nala Damayanti, Vyasa has described the way Damayanti walked from the pool to the chair. So when she was walking tying a red sari, all swans were the motifs on the sari. So you have to imagine how she looked, right? So this is beautiful. So you want poetic? Yes, I even that's a beautiful journey for me also to enjoy narrating rather than giving a discourse kind of thing. So basically, to understand, to sum it up, Purana is not something a fabricated story. Okay, there are folk versions also being embedded. Okay, and which books are we supposed to refer? That's a big question. There are a lot of people who have translated this Sanskrit version. Books that support epistemology. Okay, I have read a few books. Like it narrates like Shiva is sitting on a throne which is made out of all the nine kinds of gems. Deepti came and told me what kind of narration it is. Shiva, you say he is a Vairagi, and here is the story which is narrating Shiva is sitting on a throne embedded with nine. So I told this is the kind of book. So it should support epistemology, it support your spiritual growth. And those are all the reference books that you can go, whoever the writer is. There are hundreds of writers and hundreds of books. So here what I have done is these kind of books, 3 to 4 books, maybe each book has 2000 pages, 4 volumes of 8 different authors. I have read and prepared the Shiva Purana for you all. And let's enjoy, let's learn together, let's ask questions, let's feel that spiritual growth, let's feel the energy of Shiva in each one of us. So you might ask, why Shiva Purana first? Shiva is consciousness. As long as we don't open that mind, open or touch that consciousness, okay, understanding the allegory part of our life will be difficult. So, this is an opportunity for me also to spiritually grow because now I have a purpose. Maybe everything, we are not promised tomorrow. So I don't know, as long I am alive, maybe it takes around 10 years or 11 years to complete all the Puranas for you, all the 8 Puranas. Let's see how long it drives us. And let's be together and let's learn together and don't shy to ask your questions. My only concern is don't go for a personal trip. I have this problem. Yes, we all have. Okay, if there is a general question that can help people and also your fellow listeners, you know that it can enlighten somebody, ask that kind of questions. Doubts, yes, ask. If you are not getting anything or the meaning, yes, you can please ask. And please don't ask me to repeat because always I say, I'm the speaker, I'm not the speech. There is some energy that makes me speak, and if you tell me to go back, I don't know to go back. So this is my only shortcoming. So that is something, my concern that I have to keep in front of you. So this forum is open for questions, so I'd like to take it.
We have already have one question, and then I'll come to Jana.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So Deepti Aneja has asked a
Hmm.
question: how Puranas would guide us in mental health issues?
Okay. So when Sati was depressed, okay, she locked herself. Okay, without Shiva, I'm not going to live. Okay, this is the end of my story. How the Mandakini sit with her, okay, and help her to understand this is the energy. Okay, you can finish yourself. If Shiva is everything, finishing yourself, what is that you will fetch out of it? Instead, fight for it. So the freezing, the fighting, and the flighting situation was handled, and how she counsels Sati. And this happens with Draupadi also. Okay, if we bring Itihasa, the difference between Purana and Itihasa is Itihasa, Westerners have believed that it would have happened, not fully, but at least they have approved. Purana, they have not approved. So we say it is history, we say it is Purana story. So I say Purana is also our Itihasa. Okay. So there are a lot of CBTs has happened, REBTs has happened, choice therapy, you name it, and art therapy with Vishwakarma. When Ganesha will see his mother crying, he'll go and ask Parvati, hey, what happened? No, 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 I went to Vaikunta, I could see. Lakshmi and Vishnu were speaking, and Vishnu was spending time with Lakshmi. Look at your father, he doesn't even care. How a son can motivate a mother and he will run and go to his father? I think you have to comb mother's hair. I can't see her like this. He doesn't tell you are not doing that, you are not doing this, and all that. So, how a small child counsel this Parameshwara and Parameshwari, the Adi Shakti, the Jagannatha. So, even she goes through this. Don't you think counselors go through this? Don't you think counselors have excelled and aced their life? No. We go through this, and there is a light and not shying to ask for help. Three things we learn from this. One, Parvati was emotionally honest with her son. She did not tell, no, some dust fell, so that is why I'm crying. No, she was very honest. Look, this is what has happened. And the son immediately executed what mother wanted without disturbing his father, without blaming him. And the father immediately attended the need of his wife once he realized. See the cycle. So, this is the introjection and projection, and we speak about deflection, reflection, and all that in our Gesalt experience cycle. Look at Shiva Purana, the way it creates experiences for us. So, yes, Puranas are needed for us to understand as a son what is that. More than a role, my responsibility. It will help us to know the difference between playing my role, and doing my duty, and being in the responsibility. All three are different. Responsibility is your choice, and duty, you cannot run out of it. Okay, it is your dharma. And more than that, role, you are into this. Certain relationship are allotted. You cannot run away from that brotherhood. You cannot run away being a mother to somebody. It is all allotted. Some relationship we choose, make a choice. Are we wise there? Purana teaches that.
So, Jayana, you can go ahead with your question.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I have two questions, and both are mostly like I want to understand Chaitanya and Shiva. Both mean consciousness.
Shiva is consciousness. Okay? Chit, when it becomes Satchit, and when you attain bliss, that becomes your Chaitanya. Satchit Anandam. Okay? What is Satchit? Okay, when you know you are walking in the right direction, when you know your mind and body is in harmony, when you are not disturbing the environment, you are aware. Okay, that is Satchit. By doing all this, are you happy? Are you joyful? Are you experiencing the joy? Is Satchit Anandam. That should be the Chaitanya. So, when do you attain this Chaitanya? Only when you have Shiva in place. Shiva, when you look at the linga itself, of course, I'm going to define this in my Linga Puranam, but still, just when you look at Shiva Linga, it is being divided into three. Okay, Brahma Bhaga, Vishnu Bhaga, and Shiva Bhaga. Brahma Bhaga is the Petam. You see sometimes lotus. That's why most of the times it is lotus. Then comes Pani Pita, which is a Vishnu Bhaga. And the Linga, the cylindrical one, is the Shiva Linga. Okay. Our Chaitanya also has this three: Brahma Bhaga, Vishnu Bhaga, and the Linga Bhaga, Shiva Bhaga. Shiva Bhaga is something people can see. When you go to Kedarnath, when you look at the Linga, Brahma Bhaga you can't even see. Brahma is self. Lot of times we get scared to even introspect, revisit our own stories. Abba, it's a trauma. That is Brahma Bhaga of our Chaitanya. Vishnu Bhaga is, this is not the priority, my child is the priority. No spirituality, nothing. After 3 years when he start going to school. That is Vishnu Bhaga. Okay, Linga Bhaga is my image, how I show myself to people. Chaitanya or the super consciousness is not when you don't manipulate all this. That is spirituality. Don't manipulate Brahma Bhaga. Who you are, let it be. Right? Don't manipulate Vishnu Bhaga. Hey, I'm having 5 rupees, that's it. You need not have to please people, or you need not have to reward the heaven. And Linga Bhaga, this is what I have. This is this much competency I have. It's okay. And not waiting for the society's validation. Right? So, how our Chaitanya in these three bhagas grows is all about Shiva Tattva.
Thank you, ma'am. And one more clarification. The Shiva Purana, as I understood, it's like a grammar for all the Puranas, right?
Yes, absolutely. Wonderfully said.
One question in the chat box, then I'll come to Shamala. If one has no knowledge about Puranas, can we still understand these sessions? Or should we read first to join it?
You just be in the flow. Today, the reason why I picked up, especially I have to thank Deepthi for that. I told, if this today is going to be a narrating session, no, Asha, you have to tell them what exactly Puranas are. Because a lot of times we come from a cultural end where Puranas are something that we can relate. There are people who don't relate to it. So you need to define that. So thanks to Deepthi for allowing me to define Puranas. So now that you know that Purana is such a tool, such a psycho competency tool, now the characters, you listen like a story. You don't have to have three associations while listening Shiva Purana. It's the basic eligibility to listen to Shiva Purana. One is don't get scared. No God, nothing. Shiva Purana itself says, okay, Shiva or consciousness is all required. So, no, there are stories that we would have heard from our parents. If you do this, if you don't sit on the ground and listen Shiva Purana, then your eyes is going to go. Please don't associate with such things. You can listen Shiva Purana wherever you are. Okay, you need consciousness to even breathe. So why will I have to tell you all this eligibility criteria, sit on a darbasana and have this and idol and puja? No. Sit with an open mind and try to assimilate it. And make questions which you want to alter or you want to change. And start understanding every situation, keeping you in the center as an observer. Drashta, Drishti, and Drishya. Drashta is you are watching it. Drishti is what is the focus? See, I'll tell you after narrating a story of Yayati. Sandhya, which character you were focusing on while listening to Yayati?
Ma'am, I was focusing on Sharmishta because my mom's name
Yes,
is
see,
Sharmishta.
their lies. Few were focusing on Sharmishta, few were focusing on Puru dynasty. Oh, I never knew. Few were focusing on Yayati. Oh, Nahusha son Shiva. How? So, in the same way, Drishti can be different. And mental imagination, the moment I feel Shiva, there is a white light for me. That need not be for Deepthi. She might have something else in mind. As Shiva as an idol. For somebody, it is a strong masculine person standing with Trishul. So, Drashta, Drishti, and Drishya, go through it. Have your own imagination. Be in the journey. Don't stop yourself. Let the energy flow.
Yes, Shamala?
Yeah, ma'am. First of all, feeling so fortunate to be part of this session, knowing about our roots and Puranas. My doubt is it's a very initial doubt when before we are touching any Puranas or Vedantas. This question comes to me always they say there is a saying without Shiva's Agna, nothing will happen in this world, right? Then my question is, where our role comes then? What we are not doing anything by our wish or anything, right? By Shiva's Agna only we are doing everything. Then where karma comes, when you do good deeds, your good karma, then your life is based on your good karma, they say, right? Then my good karma is written by Shiva already. Shiva Agnya, my life is going by Shiva's Agnya. Then where is that I am acting my life? It is all been navigated by Shiva. Where is my role in my life?
So, where is this Chaitanya, Shyamala, inside your body?
Yes.
Who has asked me question?
Me.
It's Shyamala. So, what did she use to ask question? Did she use her epiglottis, guts, Nabi, Hrud, Kanta, Rasana? So, the voice has traveled from your gut to heart and then you have asked me the question. This is called as karma. You do an action and that is a karma. What happens when we have that Shivagna? Not everybody is aware of that. Shivagna is nothing but your conscious is driven by your gut, not your heart. When you listen to Shivagna or when you listen to intuitions or instincts, your Chaitanya will become lighter. Say that if you're Chaitanya, just as an imagination, 10 kgs of Chaitanya. You start listening to your guts. You cleanse your guts. You improve your consciousness, your mindfulness. You're mindful in everything that you do. Your Chaitanya will lose some kgs. It will become lighter. It will become lighter. It will become lighter. It travels upwards. Okay, that is what we call it as heaven. Where is heaven? We look like this. For any answer, have you all observed one thing? When you want answer, you look up to sky like this. If somebody asks you a question, when you are into guilt, so when your energy is traveling upward, you look there. When your energy is traveling downwards, you look here. What if I tie 5 kgs to your Chaitanya? It will sink. 5 more kgs, sink. 5 more kgs, patala. Atala, vitala, sutala, rasa, atala, tala, atala, patala. That's it. So, there is nobody who is giving you guidance. You are using this body to get guided for your success. So, don't you think that there are around how many? I don't know how many participants, 97 or 100. Okay. One consciousness driving all of us? No. Each consciousness is sitting here with a different purpose, with a different notion, understanding differently. So, and are we a group with a common thread? Yes, we are a group with common thread. What is that common thread? Spirituality or spiritual growth or being a contributor, whatever. That is the common thing. But is everyone sitting with the same purpose? It can't be. So this Shiva is made into pieces like Shyamala, Deepti, Krupa, Neha and others. But when we come together, it becomes collective Shiva, collective consciousness, what we call it as Bhakti. So, the same Chaitanya is using this body of Shyamala to organize her thoughts and emotions and make her feel settled or unsettled depending upon what she wants and her consciousness drives her. So Shivagna, so we are here to use this body to perform and do something which is the leftover or the supporting character that we play here for the creator. The creator is sitting here having nobody as a support system. Everybody is lying, everybody is doing nonsense. Okay, on a general notion, not I did not mean that you. Okay, so everybody one or the other way, right? So who is doing his job? Who is supporting his job? What is his job? There is a beautiful story. I think most of my students would have heard this once, but yeah, since this is relevant. There is a temple and there is a watchman. Every day he cleans the temple and stand there in front of the god. He doesn't believe who is this god. He doesn't have that vivechana. One day there is an eclipse. Nobody is there. Still he will come. He do. So he will see God and he will tell, at least today you can take rest. No, there is no people here. Okay, let me do your job. Sri Krishna came and told, okay, you want to do my job? Yes. Hey, it's very difficult. Hey, what difficult, man? You are just standing. That's all. And people are coming, feeding and going. What difficulty? So Krishna will tell, okay, do my job. I'll do your job. So he will stand and people are coming now one by one, one by one. There was two conditions by this Krishna to him. To do this job, you should not use your mind, you should not open your mouth. So, such a simple thing. Okay, I'll do. First, his wife is going to come to visit. And his daughter-in-law, both are speaking. Okay, inside. They don't like each other. Outside, he always heard daughter-in-law telling, oh, it's my fortune to have a mother-in-law like her. And the mother-in-law is telling, ayo, it is a fortune to have you as a daughter-in-law. But what is that both of them asking him? You take away this nasty person out of my life. She's on my nerves. He's not able to believe, hey, my wife is speaking this. But he's not supposed to open his mouth or use mind to tell this is right and wrong. So are we sharing this kind of thing with the God or the Creator? The Creator wants us not to judge anything. Have patience and perseverance in life. Just do our karma. Are we using our body for only that? There is Irsha, there is so many unresolved issue, carrying this much of gangrene here. emotional gangrene and becoming physical gangrene later on, carrying so much of pain, unresolved issues. Are we part of his journey? No. So, when we are here, Shiva Tattva says Shivagna is nothing but using this body and doing his part of the job. Not by speaking, but being why we are born for that. Using this all three shariras for that. So, Shyamala, the straight answer after so much of explanation that you keep doing it and this is your role. Okay, what role? Not to use mind, not to speak when it is not necessary. That is the only purpose we are all born, that to keep this Chaitanya happy, that your energy happy using this body. That's all the purpose we have.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hope I answered your question, Shyamala.
Ma'am, this is like about this question. I have a very big, place. No, I want to take so much for particularly this question. Maybe it takes so much to satisfy my this question. But one way I'm feeling happy that it is,
Not
somewhat connected to me. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. When we flip the pages of Puranas, I don't know where, someday you might get answer. And please
Yeah.
tell me on that day you got answer. I will be very happy.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
hope
Yes.
that happens.
Radhika?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you? First of all, thank you for starting Chintana. We had been
Yes, thank
missing.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was unable to attend from start, but whatever I have heard, firstly, big fan of yours. The way you explain things, it gives really a different perspective. And what you said right now, ma'am, that keep your mind and your mouth shut, right? Easier said than done. It is so difficult at times that when you
God,
see
if you do
something-
that, you will become God if you do that.
Exactly. So, ma'am, when we open our mouth, especially me, I'm a big mouth. So, when I open my mouth, I know what I'm saying is right. But still, of course, the Samne wala is not understanding that. And then there is that friction. And then, at that time, you feel that, it would have been better, mat bolo. Like, let them do. But then in my heart, I always feel, yaar, what she's doing is wrong. She might end up somewhere wrong or something. So that वो कश्मकश constantly रहती है और उसके कारण कई बार I take a lot of stress for the people who I'm close to. How to deal with that, ma'am?
Krishna is a wonderful example for this, Radhika.
Hmm.
He taught to Arjuna, not to Duryodhana.
Hmm.
Your karma has been channelized in guiding people doesn't mean that you have to guide people who don't deserve your guidance.
Okay.
Walk out of your moha. It can be your own daughter, it can be your own son.
Hmm.
Okay, that is why we say don't conduct yourself like Dhritarashtra. Why do we give that example? Because moha. I know after 5 years this person is going to land up here if we continue doing this.
Hmm.
He's my husband. What to do? Krishna tried. Okay, tried his best. The first aim was to cleanse Duryodhana. It was not Arjun. Duryodhana was his choice. But he told, hey, I know that I am doing this. Why are you worrying? I know I am bad. I know I am aggressive. I don't want to become like your Pandavas.
Hmm.
So the other person is telling, Krishna, that's it.
Okay.
It's very difficult. Radhika, I'm
Yeah.
not telling it's easy. When
Yeah.
you see your loved one getting into this and you are
Yeah.
very much aware after 2 years, this is what this guy is going to face. Shutting your mouth is a very difficult job.
And then there is this thing also happening. For example, as a mother, if I'm not going to say so, might be after few intervals again, I would say, just watch out, huh? Just watch out. And I know that उसकी नजर में मैं बुरी ही बन रही हूँ कि अरे भाई keep your mouth shut, like
Yes.
But then, yeah, it's very difficult, ma'am, to see
Yes.
someone going into the well.
There's a part of Mahabharata, Arjuna and Krishna are walking and there is a river flowing and these small children are catching fish. Arjuna will ask, like how Radhika asked me, is that the karma of fish? Is that the karma of those guys that a fish is getting entangled in this net? Krishna said sometimes you have to see things simple just because unnecessarily these fish opened their mouth. So sometimes we get encapsulated and entangle ourselves in this situation.
Yeah,
It's only
yeah.
because unnecessarily we are not needed, but because of that moha, we
Yeah,
unnecessarily open the mouth and lose the relationship.
true,
So
Agree.
relationship is taller than a lot of things.
true.
Yeah.
Agree. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you everybody. And today we are going to end up with this. And whatever questions that you have in your mind, please keep it alive. And next week we are going to have more and more questions, more and more aspects of Puranas. I will start with Vaideshwara Samhita from Shiva Purana and how all the journey started, how love was born. What is this emotion? Let's see what love is. Thank you so much for the
Thank you,
great support.
ma'am.
And
Good
since-
night.
And it's an amazing feeling to see all the 100, So that I love you all for your.
Ma'am, we
and
love you
no.
so much and we have missed this.
So let this continue. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you.